right, I guess that means we're on, which, we haven't done one of these in a while, I guess. I don't know when the last one was. I didn't look back or care to look back to get the exact number for everybody. I know everyone's interested in that, but I did write down episode 68 for the last one, which was actually 67. Left that up there for 2 weeks, fixed it. It's good now. So this is number 68. And we will be probably 71, 72, 73 by the time the season starts, somewhere in that range. I would assume, you do one every month or so during the off season. There's not that much going on, but there's noteworthy stuff to talk about. I mean,
there's some news here and there. We kind of were we did the recruiting thing a little bit last year, but man, that just it
was too much.
Not enjoyable.
And there was nothing else going on. We didn't even know what the season was going to look like.
True. So here we are back.
And there's going to be fans in the building, full capacity this year, so that'll be good. I mean, it really does suck the fact that they were as good as they were last year and then couldn't have any fans the entire year until the Big Ten tournament. But yeah, that was bad. Big Ten ACC Challenge. I mean, that seems like a per source thing. John Rothstein getting the sources, already coming out with that in June, which
that's why you buy a shirt, I guess. So
that is why you buy a shirt. It says his name down there
since he has these sources and such.
Yeah, he's supporting the college basketball product and the game, and maybe he'll come on. Probably not. I think he's too big time for us.
I don't know. You buy his shirts, you think he'd come on.
You'd think that he would throw us a bone, but he is on CBS Sports Network, which isn't even the real CBS, but I like the guy. I don't know why they would prioritize having Charles Barkley and Kenny Smith on Andy Katz, but I digress. I'll go over the matchups here. There are some good ones. I wouldn't classify Illinois' matchup as a good one for people that aren't fans of either team to watch, but whatever. Duke, Ohio State is going to be the headliner, I'm sure. I mean, Ohio State's going to win that game by at least 10. Louisville, Michigan State. You got Florida State, Purdue. That'll be a good one, even though I think Purdue's way better. But Indiana and Syracuse. I'm sure Indiana will lose because that's what they like to do. Michigan, North Carolina. That'll be another headliner that people will want to watch, even though Michigan's far better. Nebraska, NC State, Snorefest. Wisconsin, Georgia Tech. Doesn't do it for me. I think Greg Gard and what's going on with him is just going to be a cloud over that program the entire season. Man, I'm glad we're not in that situation, even though we could be at some point. Who knows? I mean, let's not act like it's been a spotless offseason for Illinois, but
true.
Iowa, Virginia, nobody cares. Clemson, Rutgers, whatever. Miami, Penn State. I think both of those teams are known for either winning big in the Big Ten ACC Challenge or just choking. I think those are kind of the MO on those two. Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Northwestern, Wake Forest. I think there's going to be about 6 people that watch that on TV. And then Virginia Tech, Maryland, which will be Maryland by 20. And then Illinois, Notre Dame. So we're going to play Notre Dame, revenge game for 2018. Home. That's good.
Nice.
Remember that game, 2018, Trent Frazier was about an inch away from winning the game.
Yeah.
Revenge game. No way you're losing this.
Yeah. I feel like the ACC Big Ten did a heck of a lot better than the Gavitt games. Those matchups are not great.
I didn't even look at them, so when we look at them later, I will let you know.
We'll talk about them later, but So this looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
What's their record under Underwood in the Big Ten ACC Challenge? They lost to Notre Dame. They lost to Miami. Beat Duke. Did they play one more? I think they might have played one more. The year before Iowa, they definitely played. I don't remember that season at all. So it's not that I wasn't a fan. I just come on, that team was horrendous. And, that can be hard to watch. But I'm going to find that out, and you can go to the next thing.
Yeah. So hold on. You go.
I will go at an elite level. I think it's storming where we are. So that usually, props up a problem for pets and such. I've known the same thing. But let me see here. This was 2017-18, and my computer is taking forever to load stuff. So that's good. That's a positive sign here. the schedule that year. Let's find it out. I'm going to find this out. It's going to take a while. That team was not good. That team was 14-18, and they lost to Wake Forest by 7. So they're 1-3 in Big Ten AC Challenge games. 1-3. They lost to Wake Forest that year. So get back to 500 and win a couple, I would think would be the plan.
What'd you find out?
They lost to Wake Forest that year.
Okay.
1-3 in Big Ten ACC Challenge.
Gotcha.
Lost the first 3.
I can't understand why my dogs are perfectly fine all day long, but as soon as we start a podcast, they just want to sit there and whine. So
they see the big lights, lights, camera, action, the whole deal.
That's right. They want some showtime.
Thing.
So starting July 1st, players are going to start making money on their NIL. And so Illinois passed it. June 1st, Underwood said, "We are pleased that the state of Illinois has acted quickly and decisively in passing legislation that will allow our student athletes opportunities regarding their name, image, and likeness. We have been eagerly awaiting this new era in college sports and exciting to see our state be a positive leader in the area of NIL rights and empowering student athletes." Yesterday, both Frazier and Curbelo tweeted out that they would be available through DMs for anything, sponsorships, anything like that. I guess we're going to have to start paying them money if we want to get them on the show. I don't know.
I was going to say, maybe we should do that.
And then I saw Frazier. I think he posted today on Twitter that he's going to be on Cameo. So I know you probably got a few cameos from John Rothstein, so you're probably pretty excited about
John
that.
Rothstein is overpriced on Cameo.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what college kids are going to charge for it, if it's reasonable. I did see that I believe Io said that if that would have passed when he was a freshman, he thinks he easily would have made over 6 figures while playing at Illinois. I mean, good for them. I think it's been a long time coming. I know a lot of people are mad about it or whatever, but there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to make money off themselves. I mean, like, who was the football player? I can't remember where he's from, but he had a YouTube video and YouTube page, and basically they kicked him off the team because of it. The NCAA needs to realize that these kids deserve to make money off themselves. They've been making millions, billions of dollars all these years. My question to you, whose jersey are you buying first?
For Illinois? I mean,
for Illinois.
It's too bad Adam Miller's not on the team anymore. He would have been the first probably for me, but
true. I would buy a Kofi jersey, but I don't know if we'll get those made.
He's ditching. So
yeah, sounds like
I would probably go with I wouldn't do the cop out of Frazier or Curbelo like everyone else would. I would probably go with someone like Alfonso Plummer or DeMonte Williams.
Okay. What about
Omar
BBV?
Payne?
No BBV. Okay. Anyways,
no answer. The people who disagree with this thing don't actually know what it is. So that's kind of how it is with everything.
I agree. I think it's good for Illinois. I don't know if this is a state-by-state thing. I assume it is because they talk about how Illinois legislation helped pass it. So I can only think that this would help recruiting, that you could come to Illinois and make money
unless every other state does it.
Yeah, but I think they all have to.
Will.
I think who's done it so far? California. I think there's like 3 or 4 states that have passed it, which I assume eventually they all will. But right now, it's just interesting. It'll be interesting to see what these kids come out with. How much they brand themselves. I know a lot of people are against college kids branding themselves. I got some buddies that are like that. Too bad you can't get any Ace Wolf Illinois gear.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's too bad. But what other business model can you make millions of dollars off of somebody and then not give them anything?
They get nothing. They get an education, Ethan.
Okay. I mean, that is important, but
yeah,
that's a cop-out excuse.
Yeah, but on to some awards, end of the year awards for Illinois. Io DeSumo was named, I believe, for the second time in a row, the Dyke Edelman Male Athlete of the Year. And then Curbelo was named Freshman Athlete of the Year. Curbelo on Twitter said, "Wow, thanks to the coaching staff, my teammates, and everyone that's part of the organization for always pushing me to be the best I could be." And then he gave the blessed hand emoji times 3. So good for Curbelo, good for Io. And then I saw that Grandison made the Finnish national team. I don't know if he'll make it to the Olympics, but good for him. I didn't know that he was Finnish, but there you go. Now you know.
Finland and the United States never played. Now we know Illinois. The United States is only going to win by 80 instead of 75.
True.
And 75 instead of 80. What?
Yep. And then speaking of Io, he has been at the combine. It sounds like teams are really impressed with him with his professionalism. He was all over Twitter because he wore a suit in his interview. I think he was the only guy that did that. Some numbers. I don't know. I found this. Some dude posted on Twitter. So I don't know what any of this means, but here you go, guys. His standing vertical was 32.5 inches, which is 15th. I don't know how many guys are in the combine. I thought it was 40, but he was 41st in the 3/4 court sprint. So I guess it's not 40. Anyways, max vertical leap, 39 inches, 14th. Shuttle run, 3.24 seconds, 36th. Like I said, 3/4 court sprint, he was 41st. Didn't have a time posted. And then lane agility time, 11.5 seconds and 35th. So his vertical is really good. I think above average. His speed seems slow to me. I don't
69 players.
69. So his speed is what, in the top third, maybe? So not terrible, but for the way that he moved in the open court or downhill on breakaways, I guess that just kind of surprised me. So I think he's moved up to like 22 in the draft predictions. We did DM him, guys. We tried to get him on the show. He left us on red. So
he's not a fan.
But it is what it is.
Everything we did for him, huh?
All the times we said how good he was.
Yeah. So, what a joke.
Yeah. Illinois, the team is back. The freshmen are on campus. Plummer's back. Plummer's there. They had a bunch of pictures with Plummer, Pods, Curbelo, Goody, Hutcherson. Yeah. So the guys are back working out.
Then get hurt again.
I got a good feeling. So, but we talked about Big Ten, ACC. Let's talk about the Gavitt games. They announced those, which is the Big East versus the Big Ten. It was canceled last year due to COVID. Illinois will take on Shaka Smart and the Fighting
Golden Eagles.
The Fighting Golden Eagles.
They've produced 2 NBA stars out of Marquette the last 20 years.
Wow, that's impressive.
Dwayne Wade, Jimmy Butler. That's right. How many's Illinois got? Yeah, so don't go out to Marquette for that. I mean, 2? Obviously Illinois is going to win this game by 50, but
yeah. So Marquette finished 9th last year in the Big East out of 11 teams, and they were only in front of Butler and DePaul. And we'll talk about it a little bit. They're losing one of their best inside players. But there's only 8 games being played, and these are the matchups. So hang on to your seats. They're really good, guys. Providence, who finished 6th in the Big East, is playing at Wisconsin. Seton Hall, this is probably the best game. Seton Hall, which tied for 4th, is playing at Michigan. Yeah. Creighton, who was 2nd in the Big East, is playing at Nebraska.
Nebraska will win that game.
Barn burner.
Nebraska will win that game.
I like that.
Calling it.
Michigan State will play at Butler. St. John's. St. John's will play at Indiana.
I think that'll be a pretty good game because I think St. John's going to be better and
Indiana should be better. Yeah, I agree.
That'll be an okay game.
Ohio State is playing at Xavier.
No interest.
And Rutgers is playing at DePaul.
Now that is the worst game.
So Purdue's not playing, Iowa's not playing, Maryland, Minnesota, Penn State, Northwestern for the Big Ten, and then no Villanova, which really sucks. Georgetown and UConn.
What the hell are they making Illinois, Ohio State, and Michigan State waste their time for then?
Yeah, Michigan. I don't know. You know what? The matchup that I would have loved to see is Purdue Villanova. I think
Purdue would have won.
I think that would have been a top 10, two top 10 teams playing each other.
Would have been one of those early season great matchups, but no, they got to just.
Yeah, so I don't know. Apparently this is just the way the Gavitt Games is. So deal with it, folks. Illinois is going to beat Marquette by 30. Put it in the books. Yep. Is there any other matchup that you like that you actually want to watch?
St. John's, Indiana.
Okay.
Good game. Other than that, pretty bad. Rutgers, DePaul. I mean, Jesus. Who the hell is going to watch that? And also, what was the other one? Michigan State, Butler, no interest.
Yeah.
Creighton, Nebraska. Nebraska's going to win. So everyone's going to be like, oh, Creighton's going to win. Nebraska's going to win.
There you go. Yeah.
Suck on that. Marquette's going to be better than they were last year, though. So, and we're very good at making predictions for games before the season because we said Illinois is going to beat Missouri by 30 this year. That didn't happen.
Yeah. They'll beat them by 30 this coming year, though.
If we do a watch party, they'll lose.
I'm going to be at the game, so.
Do a watch party from the game.
I'll do a watch party there.
Put a GoPro attached to your shirt out in front of you.
Okay, there we go.
Boom.
In Marquette news, which, I mean, it only applies because we're going to play Marquette. And supposedly Dawson Garcia and this is preliminary rumors. Dawson Garcia, who is a former top 30, 6'11", 230-pound forward. Last year, he averaged 13 points, 6.5 rebounds in 27 starts for Marquette. He has entered the transfer portal. He said that he could still come back to Marquette, so it doesn't mean that he's completely gone. But a lot of teams are interested in him. I've heard that it's going to be between Illinois and North Carolina. I don't know how true that is. A lot of people are talking about Texas, but Texas is stacked right now, so I don't know how he'd fit in there,
especially in the front court.
So I think that he'd be a great addition to Illinois. I'm just not going to get my hopes up because we've done that, and that's why we don't talk about recruits very much anymore. Because
we've usually done that with recruits, not transfers. So it's a little different. But
I mean, we talked about Trey Mitchell and all that.
I didn't really. I mean, I wasn't that
Texas,
invested.
So. I mean, I just don't think that Texas would be a good spot for him since they did get Trey Mitchell and they got that other guy. Remember that other guy?
Yeah, exactly. This would make me feel a lot more confident in the front court. Losing Kofi, you'll have Omar Payne and him would make me feel better about that. But
I agree.
Definitely got to worry about scoring underneath if Omar Payne's the only guy you got down there. I mean, he'll be good defensively, but they're going to need to be able to shoot the ball as well as they did last year. I think they will.
They should.
Who did they lose from last year that's an outside threat? Like, Io was pretty inconsistent from three. I mean, he had good numbers, but that's not the guy I would count on early in the first half of a game. Late down the stretch, yeah, he's going to do it. But I think Alfonso Plummer is a better shooter at the college level than we've seen from Adam Miller. I think there's no doubt about that. I think if you look at what Alfonso Plummer did at Utah, he was a better, more consistent shooter than what we saw from Miller last year. So I think they should be able to shoot more because you got to think Podziemski can knock him down. I mean, I know that he played against a bunch of 5'5" white kids in high school, but that's fine. I expect him to be good.
All the freshmen coming in are supposed to be shooters, so
and you gotta think Curbelo's not going to be that bad from three. this year.
I have a feeling Curbelo is going to shoot 28%, which is a huge improvement.
I would take 25.
Yeah, no, I think Curbelo is going to be much better from behind the arc. And if he isn't, then I think that he's smart enough to know not to shoot him. So,
well, I also think on the other side, something's got to give with DeMonte. He's not going to shoot that high of a percent again.
True.
But they do have Frazier there, and Frazier's going to be in a similar role to pre-IO, not as big of a role, but a similar one, probably getting more shots. And Curbelo needs to do for the Illini what Trae Young did at Oklahoma, which was shoot the ball really well. He's not going to be Trae Young because Trae Young is like Steph Curry-esque with the way that he shoots. Yeah. But he needs to just shoot better and don't take so many stupid shots from three. Like he took some questionable shots late in shot clocks. But another thing is you got a fast break. He's wide open for three, and he misses everything. So we did see that a few times. But something's got to give with both him. DeMonte won't be as good. Curbelo's got to be better.
Yep.
Right. On to the next.
Still waiting on a third assistant coach. Unless they announce
what are the names?
Today.
What are the names of the guys we got now? I forgot already.
What?
The names of the two assistant coaches we have now?
Trent Frazier.
Not Trent. Okay. Chester Frazier, and I don't remember the other
guy. Jeff Alexander from Lincoln.
I'm surprised
he's from Lincoln, but he's been at Illinois for a while. So.
He's from Lincoln, Illinois?
His dad coaches at Lincoln High School. Greg Alexander. Okay.
Is trash. Decent steak and shake. It could be a little better, but that's kind of my thought.
How do you mess up steak and shake?
Sometimes the cheese sauce is questionable.
If you have to say it's decent, then it's
not the cheese sauce. Like I had a steak and shake in Colorado with the worst cheese sauce.
They have steak and shake in Colorado.
It was a brand new one at the time.
That was your first mistake. Leaving Illinois to go have steak and shake.
It was just there. So you got to stop. And it looked new, and the cheese sauce was like horrendous.
Yeah.
That's a deal breaker for me, but that's just I digress.
I'm not a big fan of their cheese sauce. Anyways.
I like it a lot, but it has to be done right.
So I've heard rumors. There is talk that Brian Randall may be coming back to the Illini. What do you feel about that?
I think that would be a fine move because
do you think that you leave an assistant job for a team that's probably going to win the NBA championship?
Okay, let's calm down. I mean, nothing's done yet.
They still
got to win this first series before they can get there. But he's from the state of Illinois.
Right.
He has experience. I personally wouldn't leave an NBA job for a college job unless it was an NBA assistant job for a college head coaching job because the lifestyle is so much easier in the NBA. But even I guess for an assistant coach, though, is a little different. An assistant coach at the NBA level still has to do a lot of work. Like the head coach doesn't have a ton of things to do in an off season. You have the assistant coaches working with players. So, but from Peoria, played at Illinois for 700 years, didn't get drafted, didn't play in the NBA, but he was playing up until 2017. Then he's an assistant coach for the T-Wolves, and now with my Phoenix Suns. But if he wants to go from one of my teams to another, I'm cool with that. I think he'd be a fine addition, get another alum in there. But I don't know.
So I think people are really leaning that it's going to be him. Because there hasn't been an announcement yet, and
because the Suns
they're going to wait until the Suns get done. Would there be any other reason why you wouldn't have a coach yet?
I mean,
I don't know.
I could see a scenario where Underwood's just slacking a little bit on this.
Well, he's been busy going to games, watching AJ Casey and others.
AJ Casey has to be number one priority.
So,
that's questionable. Is Tom Izzo going to leave Michigan State to become an assistant here? Maybe he's number 3.
I hope so. Just talking about coaches, Deion Thomas had Coleman Hawkins on his podcast yesterday, I believe.
So he has Coleman Hawkins on, but not us. I mean, what is this?
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe you can text him, see what's up.
Yeah. I'm sure I'll get right on that.
Hawkins said that Underwood apologized to him for not playing him more in the 2 through 5 position. And then he said that he's one of the only 5s in the Big Ten, besides maybe EJ Liddell, that can pop out and hit the 3. And so he thinks that he will play the 5. It sounds like he's going to play the 5 here and there. And then he also said that Underwood relied heavily on the assistants to call the offense and do the offense. And now he thinks that it's going to go back more to Underwood in his offense and what he wants. So kind of a weird quote, I guess, was that Underwood relied heavily on his assistants. I mean, so anyways, and then Dion, towards the end of the little clip I saw, I think Ryan Foran is the one that shared the clip, said that he isn't positive Kofi isn't coming back. That seems very delusional to me. I love you, Dion, but he had his gear sold, like, up for sale. It's still up for sale. You can buy a $1,300 signed jersey if you want, on the playerstrunk.com or whatever it is. So I don't think that you are still eligible to come back once you start selling your merchandise. And I could see, yeah, you could come back if you would have started July 1st when you can make money off, yourself. But to do it before then, I don't think there's any way. So I think with the NIL that Kofi could come back and make pretty good money playing for Illinois. I just don't see it happening. So
yeah, it's over. I mean, it's too late.
Yeah. So a couple other things, and then we'll wrap this up. I got to be in 10 minutes. So I told you we weren't doing recruiting much anymore. I found this Illini offers by the numbers. Makes it easy, quick, painless. So far for the class of 22, Illinois has 58 offers out there. 58. This is why we don't talk about it, guys. 29 guards, 24 forwards, and 5 centers. For the class of 23, they have 30 out there, 15 guards, 11 forwards, 4 centers. And for 24, they have offers out to 3 different forwards. So a lot of guys out there. I saw they made Colin Smith's top 10. I saw, what was that kid's name? Just went to North Carolina. Came on a visit and then announced a week later he's going to North Carolina. So if anybody ever does commit, we will talk about it. But up until then, we just don't. It's just too much. And we don't have enough insider knowledge to really help out with any of that. So last thing that we're going to talk about is House of Pain, TBT, coming to Peoria. I got 2 tickets. Ethan may go with me. I don't know, but I'm going to go watch him Saturday, July 24th at 1 p.m. against the Underdogs of Jackson, Tennessee. The big news coming out in I think it was last week or the week before, Illinois House of Pain landed Brandon Paul. Mike LaTulip has been working on him for 2 years. Finally got him to commit to come play, which is awesome. The rest of the lineup is Nana Egwu, Ravonte Rice, Juice Thompson from Northwestern, Kipper Nichols, LaRon Black. Yes, I said Kipper Nichols. I know you love him. LaRon Black, Mike Dom, Andres Felice, Dimitri McCamey, and Jalen Tate. And the only thing that I can see with this is Illinois is super small. I mean,
problem shooting.
Jalen Tate, McCamey, Felice, and I believe Juice Thompson are all under 6'1". Juice Thompson's 5'9". Felice I think is 6 foot. McCamey's 6'1". Jalen Tate's 6'1". So I feel like they need another big. Kofi Coburn, what are you doing right now? But yeah, so I'm excited to go watch them to see some of these guys. The seats they're relatively inexpensive. I mean, it was $60 for 2 games, but it's literally second row. So I'm excited. I know you got a fence to fix or something in a month.
Well, I was confusing the dates. So you know how it is. Yeah, I'll probably go. I mean, I can't 100% commit yet, but I'm like 95 on that. But yeah, we'll make some videos for the Twitter if we do that. So
yeah.
Everyone's gonna be interested in that. But I guess the next
when we hit up the breweries around Peoria and you have a beer.
I will not be doing that, but I think I don't even know when our next episode is going to be at this point. It'll be number 69, a nice number. Maybe we'll do it right before or right after TBT.
Probably right before, because I'll be on vacation right after. So
I think July 22nd or something will be a good date. But that's probably what we'll see again, unless there's massive news like if Kofi returns emergency podcast. But that's not going to happen. So,
but that will be so he has till July 7th. Like I said, I think that he already can't because of the whole players trunk thing.
Yeah, he's done. I mean, let's be honest. All right. Episode 69, a nice number coming next. And that's it for episode 68. We'll see you in about a month or less, probably less than a month, but it'll be around a month.
Yeah.